Okay, for this week I'm going to show you how to create a seamless atmosphere loop. And atmospheres are basically music or sound effects that play in the background of a scene. They repeat over and over again, but the repeat is not really noticeable to the game player. So we're going to create an atmosphere loop. I've put a You can create your own atmosphere and loop it, or using any of the tools that we've discussed thus far, or you can import the atmosphere files that I posted on Moodle. So here's one of these files. I'm just going to drag it right onto Moodle. Now this atmosphere is not tempo based, so I don't have to worry about setting my Reaper tempo to match my atmosphere tempo. So I'm just going to drag it on and put it right in the first track. There it is. Lovely. Now, first thing I want to do is, obviously you can see right here we have some. This is not going to repeat seamlessly, and we want to create at least one seamless repeat here. So first thing we can do, there's two ways you can do this. I want to turn the grid off because this will allow us to make some smaller incremental changes. We don't want it snapping to a grid, so turn the grid off. Now you can get rid of this one of two ways. You can move your playhead to where you think it ends. And for something like this, you're going to want to zoom in and out. So go down to the lower right-hand keys here, and here's a plus arrow. I'm just going to keep zooming, and now I can actually get a better idea of where this stops. I'm going to try to line that up. I can zoom it out even more if I want. You'll keep zooming, you'll figure this out. And I can go S on my keyboard. That will create slice. And this is probably the easiest way to do it. And then you can just delete your slice. Now the other way you could do this too is you can obviously grab the end of it and just move it to where you want it to start. So up to you. I prefer the slice method. This way you can really get your playhead exactly where you want it to slice. So I'm putting it right there. I'm going S on my keyboard for slice. I'm going to click on this. It's already highlighted. Delete on my keyboard. It's gone. Now I'm going to zoom back out. And you can see that once you slice it, it actually creates a little fade file. So I'm going to get rid of that fade file just by doing that. And excuse me, I'm going to zoom back so it's normal here. All right, so now we're back to our one measure at a time. So you can see that I've created a loop file. So I want to copy this. So I'm going to click on it and then go to Edit. And I'm going to go to Copy Track Items. Or you can just go, actually copy items, tracks, envelopes, points, to just go that. Or you can go Command-C on Mac, which is what I'm going to do. And then you can go Command-V on Mac or Edit, Paste, either one. So I have now pasted this into a new track. Now the idea here is that you want to line these tracks up so they're playing flawlessly between the two tracks. So if I move my playhead over here, I can see that actually I just ballparked it. That's not too bad. So you want to create a fade out file on this one. So go up to here and just do a little fade out file, and then a fade in file on this one. So between the two of them, it really sounds pretty good. Okay, now we want to check to make sure that these two tracks can actually loop together. So I'm going to create a little bit of a fade out file on this one, the end, and I'm going to create a little bit of a fade in file on this one, just by clicking and using my fade tool, which we've done before. Now, to make sure that these fade together, you're going to go down here to the toggle repeat button, and you're going to click on it. And once this is selected, you can highlight up top just by grabbing your mouse and sliding. And you're going to want to put this right to the end, and then hit your playback. And now this will repeat over and over again, so you can get an idea of what your loop is going to sound like. I could probably tweak that a little more, but so that's pretty good. So I can hear that over and over and over again. Once you've done that, so we'll basically, whoops, Let me move my mouse here. I'll unselect that. Okay, slide this back out. My mouse is not cooperating here. There it is. Let's just go down here and minus it. All right, I have a magic mouse, which gets weird sometimes. So I want to render this. So what I'm going to do is unhighlight this. All you have to do is grab these and just push them together till they're gone. And I'm going to click and then shift click this. And now I'm going to render both these files like we've done before. So I'll go up to File, Render. And I'm going to call this Feniger Loop. And it's wave, everything's up, render one file. You've done this before. I'm saving it right into my project file, which we've done before. Render one file. And then go OK. So, once I've done that, we've done this before. I go up here. There's my Feniger loop. You can play it back and hear it. There's my transition. So I know when I put this into the game, because I looped it back and forth, it's going to continually loop. And you'll see this when we insert this into the game, which we're going to do in a couple of weeks. So what I'd like you to do now is, well, I'll give you a walkthrough on what I want you to do for the project, but you sort of get the idea.